Hello and welcome to another update video about Ethereum. So I think this triangle here failed obviously to deliver on targets. I don't even know if it really was an Elliott Wave triangle. Certainly what we know is that it didn't reach the ideal targets. Yeah, so we hit a ceiling here, Bitcoin as well, and it was basically pushed down again. Technically, what we talked about in the previous video, that this was a wave 4 triangle, it's actually valid, and we actually, you could say, broke to the upside because we broke above the B wave high, we broke above the wave D high, and we actually made it above the wave 3 high. So it's actually technically correct to say, okay, this was the wave 4 low, and we peaked here in a wave 5. This was the wave 3, the higher degree wave 3, and we are now coming down in a wave 4. But this is really the chaos of micro counting. Different perspectives are possible. I am actually making the decision to take the triangle out because it just didn't deliver on the target. So it's probably some kind of a different corrective pattern, but it doesn't really make a great difference. Either way, I would currently see it as a potential that we've got this fifth wave somehow complete now, that we peaked in the third and we're now coming down a little bit in the fourth. But again, this is not necessarily a count I'm too convinced about. This is micro counting. And the thing is, it's important to understand that when you don't really have a clear impulse and it's not producing a reliable pattern, just be aware that these counts can move into something different. And really only when we get a reliable pattern here that it's pushing to the upside, we can confirm that the fifth wave is in the making. Target is still around the 1800 level, yeah, maybe even higher, 18 to 1900 in this fifth wave. I would prefer that. And because the market didn't really do a lot on the weekend, basic expectations remain intact, which would be, as long as we're holding 1630 here, which is the low that we produced on Friday, that we still can push higher. The uptrend is certainly intact here, not broken. Yeah, we're holding the support area, fib support, but it's chop. Yeah, it's messy sideways action, and I won't even rule out that this is becoming a larger triangle, but it doesn't really make too much sense to try to put too much brain power into the micro count, because there are 2, 3, 4 different possibilities, because the main benefit the Elliott Wave method gives you here is to highlight that, we are probably getting towards the end of this rally anyway, which started in November. If you zoom out, you can see that. We are here just putting a higher level consolidation in before ideally another push to the upside, which we attempted today, but we failed to really break above the highs. But as long as we're holding 1630, we focus on higher. And that's important to understand, if we break below 1630, then it will probably send us down into the 1400 region. So first we'll probably retest somehow here the lows of Monday, last week. And what I cannot rule out is obviously, and I said that before, that we get here an extension of this fifth wave. It is, in my opinion, extremely unlikely, but it's a possibility I need to highlight. You don't want to be caught off guard. So what is certainly possible is that we count here a wave 1 complete. So this would be a wave 1 of wave 5. Again, it's not the best count that we're currently doing here. A, B, C in a wave 2. Again, that would be likely if we drop below 1630. We're going to retest those lows. As I said, we'll get a support area somewhere here, which I will highlight to you as soon as we can foresee that we're going to break 1630. And then you could get a third wave of the fifth there, which would then sit up there. Then we'll get a fourth and another fifth, and that can take us way above 2000. Now, is it too likely? No, but it's a possibility, okay? So it's one that you need to be aware of, that if we break below 1630, this becomes one of the possibilities. And that would indicate that we might now be in this correction already, that this might be an A wave, this might be a B wave, and we're now coming down in somehow 5 waves in a C wave. The thing is, what can you use that for? Well, it's worth paying attention to this sort of pivot down there at 1630. If we break it, you can pay attention to the wave count of the C wave of this impulse, which would be coming down. And if we can see that we're getting close to the fifth wave or to the end of the fifth wave, and you start to see a reversal, then put a stop loss down there and see if you can trade that wave to the upside, okay? So we're going to focus on that this week. This will be interesting, but at the moment I would primarily go with this count here, that this is some kind of a fourth wave, and as long as we're holding this support area, we can still focus on higher in at least one more wave to the upside directly within this larger pattern into the 1800 region. Okay, that's my update about Ethereum. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.